Hello, welcome back. In this video, we will talk about simple branching, okay, or if statements. Simple branching is very important concept in any programming language. Uh, in this module, we're going to learn branching, and in this video, we're going to start with a simple branching. But before we start, we're going to talk about comparison operators. After we talk about the comparison operators, we'll move to the branching, and sometimes you will see it called conditional statements. And we're going to see a simple if statement and an if-else statement. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the comparison operators. We already saw some of the comparison operators before, but we're going to list them over here and talk about them. What is the comparison operators? Comparison operators or comparison operators, they actually compare two values. You have two values, one in the left-hand side and one in the right-hand side. And between them, you will have the comparison operator. And based on that comparison, the result of this comparison is going to be either true or false. Okay, so we have greater than, we have less than, we have greater than or equal. We write it this way. Two samples over here, greater than and followed by equal. And we have less than or equal. That means like I'm trying to test if the left-hand side is less than or equal the right-hand side. And we have not equal, and we have equal. If you're trying to compare if this item is equal to this item, we do not use, and this is a very common mistake. A lot of people, they forget, especially at the beginning, when they try to compare two items or two objects, they use only one equal signs. One equal sign. This is not correct. When you use only one equal sign, you are trying to assign the value in the right to the object in the left. Okay, so be careful when you do that comparison. You want to have double equal signs and there is no space between them. Okay, so these are the comparison operators. Okay, let's take a look at these examples over here, and I'm going to use idle, the shell, just for comparison. Again, I use the shell only to test some of the new concepts that we're learning. When I write a program, I would use PyCharm. Okay, so let's assume that I have A equal to 21, and you can try that by yourself as well. B equal to 10, C equal to 0. Okay, now let me try to use the comparison operators. Okay, I'm gonna say, is A equal to B? The result is going to be either true or false. Based on the values I have for A and B, the result is false. Okay, so what about if I say, is A not equal to B? The result will be true because that's true. A is 21 and B is 10. These are not equal. What about if I say, for example, is A less than B? The result is going to be false because it's not. 21 is not less than 10. Okay, so this is very important concept and very important when it comes to branching or if statements. Okay, so try these examples over here. Let me try one more thing. Is B less than or equal to A? The result would be true. Yes, 10 is less than or equal to 21, or less than or equal than 21. Okay. All right, let's go back again here and continue with our lecture. And now we're going to move to branching or conditional statements. As I mentioned earlier, this is the main topic or the main subject that we're going to learn in this module. What is the conditional statement? Okay, so far what we saw, when we write a program, the program, we write them separate lines in Python, and then we execute the lines line by line, all the way until we get to the end of the program. What is the if statement or the branching? The branching is basically the program at certain point is going to come to a checkpoint. Okay, and this checkpoint, based on the result of this condition, if the condition is true, you will go ahead and take the branch. If the condition is false, you will skip the branch and continue to the rest of the program. Okay, so, and that's when we call it the conditional statement. We use if statement in Python. Let's take a look at this example. Here is a diagram that shows you very simple if statement and the way it works. The diamond shape usually represent, it's a flow chart, represent a condition. So it's going to have either true or false, yes or no, in different words. Okay, so your program, before we start talking about the conditional statements, your program starts from the beginning. You start from here, you go all the way, just assume this diamond does not exist. It goes all the way down until you get to the end of the program. But with the if statement, your program is going to start at a certain points in the middle. You're going to have a conditional statement or if statement. It's going to test some type of conditions. If the result of this testing is true, your program is going to take this branch and execute another set of statements. Okay? And once you're done with that, your program is going to go back again and continue the rest of the program. Okay? If the condition is false, when you start from here, you come to the condition is false, you are going to ignore this branch and you're going to continue straight to the rest of the program. Okay, so this is in a very simple way. Okay, what is the syntax for this simple if statement? It's very simple. You start with an if, okay, and then you will have a condition after that, and this condition usually using relational operators, the things that we saw before. And if this condition is true, you're going to execute these statements, okay, or the statement that comes after the if statement, or the branch, basically we call it the branch. Okay, so again, what's going to be inside that condition is going to be one of these, trying to compare some stuff over here, so the result's going to be either true or false. Okay, let's take a look at some examples over here, and let's try to, this is similar to what we saw earlier. So if I have A, trying to test if A less than B, if A greater than B, what is going to be the result from this one here? This one is going to give you false. If x plus y greater than 10.5, if the result from adding x to y is greater than 10.5, that should result true. Let's see the other example. X plus y less than z plus s. If x addition to y less than z addition to s, that should give you true. Okay. All right, let's see a simple program over here. This program is a suitcase program. Okay, so what the program is going to do is very simple. It's going to ask the user to input how many pounds is your suitcase. Okay, you input the weight of it, and then you want to test if the weight is greater than 50 pounds. You're going to charge the customer $25 extra. If it's not, you're going to continue and you're going to say thank for your business. Okay, let me go back here again. I'm going to use PyCharm in this example. Okay, so again, I'm writing a program for module number 4. So I'm going to say new, and I'm going to name this one suit case. Okay, and here is my program. So usually the program goes straight all the way to the end, from the beginning to the end, but with the branch we're going to see something different over here. Okay, so I'm going to say, for example, the weight that I'm going to ask the user to input. Again, remember, when I use the input function, the input function is going to return something, and that return that is entered by the user is going to be stored over here. So I'm going to say enter the weight of your suitcase. Okay, don't forget \n. Again, when we do this, the input is gonna read from the user, and the user, whatever the user input, is gonna be treated as a string. But that's not right. We talked before, if we are using something that we can measure weight, temperature, or length, or something like that, we use a float. Okay, now I'm gonna test. Okay, I'm gonna say if weight, which is entered by the user, if it's greater than 50, okay, and then after that you write the if statement, and then your condition, and then you need a colon after that. Do not forget the colon. And look what's going to happen when I hit return. When I hit return, it's going to make it indented. So whatever I write starting from here is going to be part of the branch. Okay, so I'm going to say print What was the print supposed to be? There is $25. There is $25 extra charge. Okay, so this is, I'm done. If it's true, I'm gonna tell the customer there's a $25 extra charge. If it's not true, I'm just gonna print to the user by saying thank you for your business. All right, so what's gonna happen here? Look what's gonna happen. I'm gonna run the program over here, and I'm gonna say input the suitcase, the weight. I'm gonna say, for example, 45. It told me thank you for your business. It did not take the branch because the condition was not true. The condition was false. Okay, so I skipped this line at the branch and I won't continue the rest of the program. Let me run it again with, for example, 55. What happened? It told me that, okay, the condition was true. I went inside the branch, I printed the statement, and then I went out of the branch to complete the rest of the program, as you see it over here in the output. Okay, so this is a simple if statement program.